cast a lot of votes. They are almost at 80% Dem turnout in Broward. That's me. I did that. Fuck yeah, chat. Shouts out to Broward. You know who didn't? You know who wasn't able to fucking turn Broward County? Lil Pump, who actually is from there. So, fuck you, Lil Pump. Here's a big fuck you to Lil Pump, who despite his best efforts was unable to turn Broward County red. Or sorry, I meant Lil Pimp, according to Donald Trump. Also, Steiner TL, thank you for the 100 big ones. God damn it. Thank you, Steiner TL, for the 100 big ones. Yeah, also, look at the BBC coverage, is such a joke. Hey, Canadian here, personally Trump supporter, can you perhaps shed some light on why the fuck Trump would think it's a good idea to bring Lil Pump out on stage? Because, hey, because Lil Pump, ooh, Lil Pump, yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason. Why not? Because Republicans absolutely love, and I mean love, they have like a pathetic, almost pathetic relationship with celebrities, okay? Because the only other fucking celebrities that ever vote Republican are like Ted Nugent and like Clint Eastwood, and even Clint is like not all that open. You got James Woods, Clint Eastwood, and Ted Nugent. So whenever you got anyone who's willing to come out and be like, yeah, I'm a Republican, or I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump, they of course welcome them with open arms. Why wouldn't they? They are desperate for any sort of celebrity endorsement they can get. Despite the fact they constantly talk about how celebrities are liberal and they suck, it's because they're jealous. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Kid Rock.
Trying to make sure that they can drive the vote out here on that side of things. This is a primarily Democratic county, at least in recent history. And so that said, they're still trying to do whatever they can to drive that vote out here, in Texas being that reliably Republican state, as it has been since 1976.
Yeah, and Morgan, as you said, still some hours for voters to get out there. You mentioned what you heard from the Democratic National Committee. How about what you're hearing from the campaigns there, Trump campaign, the Biden campaign, about their hopes for Texas?
It's going to be very tight, and we knew that going in. The polls had both sides neck and neck. I've spoken to those on both sides. They say that Harris County, of course, had that huge surge in numbers there. But they're really pointing to those votes coming from rural communities. It'll take a little bit longer for those to come in, but Republicans are confident that, at least as of right now, they think they can still hold on to Texas. Allison?
All right, Morgan Chesky, thanks so much. 80 Americans.
This time around, seems like they're swinging in Joe Biden's favor. I was listening to that. No, I'm muting it because it's like
far as Georgia and Florida are concerned, election night should be off to a quick start.
That's good to hear, John King. Now, both red, at least right now.
At least right now, smooth and steady. Let's hope we keep saying those words throughout the night as we count the votes. Right now, Indiana and Kentucky, very early results. We'll keep counting them, but that's where we expect them to be. Kentucky was blue early on. It has moved to red. Here's something we don't expect to be the case at the end of the night. Donald Trump leading right now in the popular vote, 73,000 votes ahead. We know he lost it in 2016. The expectation is he will again. But where are we going? As Pam just noted, we're going to two of the most interesting laboratories of the night. Two states that will...
Chat, oh no! We're losing Kentucky and Indiana.
Democrats had a slight edge, but not as big an edge as they had in other states in early voting. So let's watch when those
I forget
results...
there's so many kids in here. Okay, first of all, let me just run that before the polls start closing and new information comes in. I got to do a 60-second ad break, top of the hour, every hour. Sorry, contractual obligation, ladies and gentlemen. So that's coming in right now. 60-second ad break. If you want to avoid it, you can subscribe with your Prime or your regular Twitch. That way you don't get any sort of interruptions of broadcast, and you get emotes as well on top of that. 6-second ad break. Also, what do you mean make a tweet? Anyway,
move
here.
over here as you come across 63% here. Small counties, not a lot of people, but this is the key to the president. Run it up in the small counties and get the math. And when Florida's close, it comes down to the I-4 corridor. And what we're going to watch for tonight is this. Number
Holy
one, Democrats
fuck.
in the suburbs. You think of Orlando as a recreational place. Yes, it is. But you have Latinos. You have growing suburbs. Orange County. Hillary Clinton carried with 60% 4 years ago. What does the president do there tonight? What does Joe Biden do there tonight? You move over here. Wolf, remember election night 2016. In the middle of our count, early in the night, I had a call from a Democrat working the ground here in Pinellas County who said, we are bleeped. I won't say the word on television. Pinellas County went red, not by a lot. Not by a lot, but you see it going right there. That'll be a key thing. If you go back to Barack Obama's wins, right here. So do the Democrats get the suburbs back? Do they get retirees on this side of the coast back? That is a critical test tonight. We'll stay on the 2016 map for a minute. Again, Florida, 29 electoral votes. The president cannot win re-election without him, without a doubt. So we'll watch the Florida, and then we move just up to the north, a state that we have not talked about in presidential politics for some time on election night because it has been so red, not since Bill Clinton. Have Democrats carried this state? The big test here, do African Americans turn out in Atlanta? And how do the Democrats do in the suburbs around Atlanta, around Columbus, in Augusta? You see all of this red down here. Absolutely critical for the president in Florida and in Georgia and in North Carolina. Run it up in the small rural counties because he knows Democrats are coming out to vote in the cities and Republicans are suffering under his leadership in the suburbs, Wolf.
We're just moments away, John, from the first big round of poll
I can't
closing.
wait for this.
Voting is about to end in 6
Fox
states
News,
with
baby.
60 electoral votes.
I need to
at stake.
see
We're
what's
watching
happening on
all of these
Fox
states,
News.
especially the battleground state of Georgia.
5 seconds out.
To call, and let's look at how all this
Or
takes
no,
us
not
on that
5
road
seconds.
to 270 right now. And you can see Donald Trump with 11 electoral votes to Biden.
Come on.
Well, it could be a long night, and this is going to be an election like no other. We've got Andrea Mitchell here with us. We have Chuck Todd here with us. And one thing that's different is the enormous amount of mail-in voting. 100 million people have already voted before today. So we wanted to just break down, when you see expected vote in the top right-hand corner of our graphics, that includes mail-in voting. It's not just day of voting, but includes mail-in voting as well.
Yeah, we're not looking at just precincts. That's the term you're not going to hear a lot of tonight. It's this expected vote, which is an educated estimate. It may change a bit here or there, but it'll be the thing to watch.
Florida is unloading numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Florida early voting and counting mail ballots
and take a look at one of our states right now.
are to be expected by 5:30 my time in an hour and a half.
Indiana. And not yet here. Well, we will work on that. The data is coming in here.
Joseph Robinette is won Vermont.
It's working.
Mark Warner has won re-election in the U.S. Senate in Virginia.
All of our state results all night long.
Donald Trump Jr. has been called for Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen.
Absentee votes, and see this orange line. You'll see this as the night, and we'll see some states you're going to see the early and absentee take up most of that column. Then your election day vote's going to come in at yellow.
Indiana showing strong for
a place like Pennsylvania. We expect more yellow than we will orange, and then this gray spot. Look.
Senate candidate has outraised his opponent.
Well, it only took a few seconds, but the Fox News decision desk can now project President Trump will defeat former Vice President Joe Biden in the state of Kentucky. Not a surprise there. But the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is up for election there. He was leading going into today. We'll see where that race heads in Kentucky as far as the Senate Majority Leader's fate. Donna, your look at tonight, what you're looking for early here as we start to get the actual vote tabulations coming in.
Well, I was sitting here telling Carl about Virginia, and I said Arlington, Prince Williams, Loudoun, and a couple of counties would be coming in early, and of course they've already called it. But now Georgia. Trump carried Georgia by 5 percentage points in 2016. And the last time, as you all know, that the Democrats carried this wonderful state was in 1992. But there's been an increase in younger voters, non-white educated voters, and I think the key tonight is looking at the suburban vote. And if suburban women continue to turn out in large numbers in favor of the Democrats, Georgia is going to be an interesting state to watch once all of the votes are tabulated.
Katie Pavlich, let's go over to you. Your thoughts as we get these first tallies.
Okay, all right. Let's see what's going on.
By less than a percentage point 4 years ago, he becomes the next president at 278.
Okay, nope. Indiana. Okay, NBC News is called Indiana for Donald Trump. Oh no. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you guys. Listen, I already did the massive rundown earlier in the day, but again, Indiana is a lock. It's a red lock. So is Kentucky. These are states that call them early. This doesn't mean anything. Please do not overreact. Also, Florida is the important one that we're supposed to be looking at, which Florida has now officially closed their polls as of 7 p.m. So Florida numbers are going to start coming in. The New York Times is speculating that by 8:30, in 8:30 Eastern, of course, we will have a good understanding of what Florida looks like. So in the next hour and 30 minutes, we will have a better understanding of what Florida looks like. Do not forget, we got Georgia, North Carolina, and Florida. These are states that Donald Trump has to win. And especially with Georgia and North Carolina, an important thing to look for is how close Georgia and North Carolina are in comparison to the polling results. Georgia results are now, of course, coming in. All right. Peter 3. What? What the fuck? People saying crazy shit in my chat right now, dude. New Florida poll from Decision Desk. Florida election results as of 2 minutes ago show Biden at 55% with 1.1 million votes, with Donald Trump at 45%. Estimated is 19 to 23% of the votes are in. So where are we at with Florida? So we are going to know Florida's results by the end of this night. Okay? We're going to know what Florida's results are by the end of this night. Now, don't forget, Florida is at a 2.5 point lead for Joe Biden. That doesn't really mean anything so far. This does not matter yet, okay? This is too early to call. Too early to call, ladies and gentlemen. Pinellas County is a county to look for here in Florida, so let me take a look. I don't even know where the fuck Pinellas County is. Yeah, Bernie is speaking to me. Left is not descriptive enough. I have no idea where it is. Tampa? Oh, there it is. Holy shit. Okay, well, again, the estimated count here is only 76 to 87 to 88%. So again, this can change, but right now Pinellas County is looking pretty favorable towards Joe Biden. And that's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Pinellas County and Tampa Bay barely went to Donald Trump in 2016. Remember, Pinellas County was a county that favored Donald Trump, and right now the point differential here is pretty good. Pinellas is not Tampa? I'm not talking about... Are people saying Tampa still? Tampa is the one to write. I don't know what you guys are trying to say. Is it still not too early to call Kentucky? My map shows not even 50% of the votes have been counted. Dude, Kentucky is already red. Like, there is no reason to call... There is no reason to call Kentucky one way or the other. It doesn't matter. Like, Kentucky is red, and it's gonna be red. The only thing you can look at... Oh, Tampa and Hillsborough. Tampa and Hillsborough with estimated 84% of the votes in, showing Joe Biden again with a comfortable lead there as well. So Biden does have a seemingly healthy lead here. Another county to look for is Seminole County, according to the... Fuck. Are you doing this on purpose? You know the decision desk isn't as reliable as other metrics, right? I do know, but the other metrics aren't fast enough. What do you want me to do? And also, New York Times' count is unironically the same percentage point as Decision Desk so far. So I'm checking it across other metrics. What do you want? Seminole County does not have anything reporting so far. But the potential flips are Seminole County from Donald Trump to Joe Biden, and also which is suburban Orlando, and Duval County and Jacksonville from Trump. Again, if Joe Biden wins Florida, that means Democrats are going to sleep comfortable tonight. Okay? Very difficult for Donald Trump to recover after losing Florida. So by 8:30, we could pretty much figure out what the fuck's going on in this race. If Joe Biden does end up winning Florida. Anyway, that's just one though. Then we also have Georgia results, which is also important to look at here. Hold on.
Going to be wondering.
Polls are going to be closing again in fucking 15 minutes already. Holy shit.
Clues are going to be, to me, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Arizona. One flip by Biden there, and suddenly the president's path gets really complicated. Two flips, and we have an idea of who the next president's going to be.
All right, Chuck, we'll be watching. Those Sunbelt states are better at voting early and counting early, so we'll see. It might decide how long this night really is. We're going to take a quick break right here. Much more ahead. The latest results when we continue with Election Night 2020 in just a moment.
Here, I'll go to Google as well.
For breaking news in our changing world, download.
Okay, hold on. Dude, I have to pee so bad, and I literally am just locked into the fucking screen. Oh shit, I just turned that off. Oh no.
Tens of millions as the nation waits to see which candidate will get to 270 electoral votes.
Okay, this is yawn. Pee in a bottle? No, I'm not gonna pee in a bottle. No, I haven't watched the Nelk Boys videos with Trump, dude. Fox News just said this isn't going to be a Trump landslide. Biden could win. Yeah, Florida is looking pretty decent right now, at the very least, with counties that Donald Trump barely won, or counties that Donald Trump is slated to lose to Biden. So far. Also, I don't give a fuck about the Nelk Boys. What's wrong with you? You got Miami-Dade with Miami-Dade with Joe Biden at 86% of the votes counted. At 1 million votes counted, you have 54 to 45 breakdown there. Joe Biden with 548 votes. North Carolina has extended voting times for various reasons. Details are in the thread from Dem NC, but the takeaway is that 6 more voting locations have extended voting times for various reasons. Good. Miami-Dade is definitely a little bit closer than I would like to see. I'm surprised by that. Fucking Broward County, of course, is at 75-24%, with 16% estimate votes reported. Miami-Dade County at 84% is definitely performing. And that is, of course, the Cuban vote specifically. But Miami-Dade County is doing better. Still early. It's 84% of the estimated votes have been reported there. There's not like... Miami-Dade, Joe Biden needs to win Miami-Dade. Joe Biden needs to win Palm Beach. But Palm Beach is nothing yet. Like, those are other counties that Joe Biden needs to win. Anyway.
Projections, and those calls will be checks on the bottom of your screen. The race to 270, that's the magic number. 270 electoral votes. Right now it's 16-8. We have a long way to go. Your polls are set to close just moments from now, including one of the most watched states of the night, North Carolina. Mark Meredith is on the ground at Senator Thom Tillis' headquarters in Mooresville, North Carolina. Mark, good evening.
Brett, good evening to you. President Trump won North Carolina 4 years ago fairly easily. Right now, things will look a lot more competitive in this state compared to what we saw last time around. What's interesting is we've seen the president and the vice president make multiple stops kind of barnstorming this state recently. But the question is, how effective will that be? Only because North Carolina has a very aggressive early voting program, with most North Carolinians going to the polls within the last several weeks. They were the first state to mail out absentee ballots, and then for half of October, they allowed people to go out to the polls. So we'll wait to see what happens with the president and those 15 electoral votes. The other race that we are watching also closely, including many pundits, is what's happening where we are, where incumbent Republican Senator Thom Tillis hopes to have a victory party tonight, but he's waiting to find out whether or not he'll be going back to Washington to serve a second term. He won 6 years ago by less than 50,000 votes. This time around, Democrats are pouring a lot of money into this Senate race. He's facing off against a former state senator and an Iraq War veteran. This is a race where we have seen some nasty ads on TV, but also one that they feel is very important for both parties if they are going to maintain control of the Senate. Who will decide that? The other question we've been wanting to see out of North Carolina is, how will this early voting program go? The state has said they are very confident in their process, but we have seen a small number of precincts decide to have to be able to stay open just a little.
The advanced vote in Florida we've seen so far will probably be to the Trump campaign's liking, and it augurs for a tighter race than pre-election polls, given that Democrats underperformed a bit on Election Day. That said, we're going to have to wait and see what the Election Day vote looks like. Biden had a cushion in the polling there. The Election Day vote in Florida is a tough question, says Nate Cohn. The very likeliest voters were Republican. The less likely voters, young and non-white. How that plays out will vary by county. Anyway, yes, USPS is resisting a federal judge order to trace 300,000 ballots across 15 states. I think they literally don't have fucking... Oh my god, my favorite haircut. Trey Gowdy. Literally just the most painful haircut. Okay, thank you. My mom is... I mean, I pre-prepared everything. She cooked it, okay? Chill. But mom is living with me, so... One of the advantages of having mommy live with you is she makes your tendies for you. Okay. Oh fuck, the needle is live. All right. The needle is live and Trump is leading in Florida by 2.5 by 2.6 points now. Ladies and gentlemen, the needle is live. The election needle is now officially live. Okay. Fuck Trey Gowdy. I don't give a shit about this.
For us is such that we don't have to do that. We have a lot of different ways to get to the nomination.
Overstate by a point or two. We were able to, as we see real returns come in, we match it, we're able to reweight it. There's always a chance that it's at 2 points. But the point is this: winning candidates, winning Democrats in states like Georgia get 30% of the white vote. Exit is saying that. Let's see what the real returns say.
All right, Chuck, thank you. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with more NBC News Decision 2020 election night coverage in just a moment.
I knew.
That's
Okay,
why
sorry.
we have to figure it out now.
Sorry, there was a brief moment here. Everybody stop panicking. I have some food related issues here. Trump got 80,000 more votes than Miami-Dade in 2016. Yeah, Miami-Dade, Donald Trump is really overperforming. So it's
in all of Florida, Hillary Clinton came out of Miami-Dade County 4 years ago with a 300,000 vote advantage over Donald Trump. Tonight, Donald Trump is only 100,000 votes below Joe Biden. This is not a good number for the former vice president right now, with 84% of the vote in Miami-Dade County. But there is some good news for Joe Biden right now. This is the I-4 corridor, Pinellas. This is a county that has older voters, a lot of white voters. President Trump won here, but barely 4 years ago. And tonight, Joe Biden is on top. He's actually overperforming from Hillary Clinton. And in right here, Hillsborough, this is the Tampa Bay area. Joe Biden on top also, and he's doing better than Hillary Clinton. That kind of news is good for Joe Biden. But the headline right now is Miami-Dade County Republican.
the fuck did I tell you? I told you, black and brown voters are either A, not going to turn out the numbers expected, or B, they're going to turn out for the Republican Party. And it's going to shock you, but Biden's victories are going to come from the suburbs and older voters and white voters and not necessarily Hispanic voters. And all of you annoying Democrat Andys were like, Hassan, you have no evidence for that. You have no evidence for that, Hassan. Now, this is Florida. This is Florida. It's very different than the rest of the country. The Latino population in Florida, especially in Miami-Dade, is hyper reactionary, a lot more reactionary than we think. I think QAnon straight up broke the brains of a lot of Cubans there. Okay? Straight up. A lot of older Cubans are just completely fucking invested in the QAnon stuff. It's part of that. Florida is built differently. Okay? So remember that. That doesn't mean anything for Arizona. That doesn't mean anything for Texas unless Donald Trump was able to do significant turnout and flip Hispanic votes in Texas and Arizona. Especially in Arizona, which is important. We don't need to, the Democrats don't need to win Texas, but needle swinging higher towards Donald Trump, 84% win probability. The reason why the needle is swinging in one way over the other, or the reason why the needle is swinging currently, is because we only have fucking Florida and Indiana, Kentucky. Like, that's going to change drastically. It doesn't matter. The needle is now swinging 86% in favor of Donald Trump. For Florida. Georgia is only at 3% reported, so we don't have anything. It's a slight tilt blue. Florida in the range of estimates shows Trump overperforming by 3 points. North Carolina, however, really good news there, is tilting towards Biden, but then again, it's too soon. It's too early to say anything there, so. Anyway, there's no reason to panic. There's no cause for concern. You guys really need to stop doing this whole like everything is gone and it's over. In Florida, it's the millennial fled Venezuelan dudes. The population grew a lot since 2016. Trust me, I lived here for 24 years. Anyway. Ananı tersten lan. Oğlum 200.000 adam var izliyor. Ne yapayım şimdi? Anlatayım mı? Kapak. Yanlışlıkla kapağı içine atmış salatanın, onu yedim diye. There's no way, Mom. It's literally from the sauce. Sosun kapağı anne. Hayır, kapak değil. Plastic. Plastic wrapper. Okay, are you happy? I said it. I said it out loud now. You accidentally threw the plastic wrapper of the sauce in the salad. Now 200,000 people know you did that. I was trying to hide it. Now they know. It's all good. Anyway, Spectre Index says different reporting for Florida with Biden winning. I don't really care. Okay. All right, let's see what Chris Wallace has to
poll
say.
that was taken, an exhaustive poll,
Georgia-
100,000 people across the country. In Georgia, and I think this is going to be true in a lot of states, if Joe Biden is elected president, it's going to be on the basis of women. There is a big gender gap. Women in Georgia, 56 to 42, Biden over Trump. On the general question of the country, and this is always a very telling one, especially for an incumbent running for re-election, would you say the country is going in the right direction or the wrong direction? 61 to 39, wrong direction over right direction. And then finally, which is the most important issue facing the country? If you think the economy is the key issue, 77 to 20 for Trump. If you think the coronavirus is the key issue, 72-26 for Biden. The difference is 39% think the coronavirus is the most important issue, 26% in Georgia think the economy is the issue. So we don't know how it's going to turn out, but you look at the internals of these polls, and you can certainly see a potential path to victory in Georgia for Biden.
We got to hit a break, Britt, but go ahead.
Real quick, just looking at the percentage of men and women voters. In Georgia, as Chris suggested, women 53% of the electorate, men 46. Virginia 54-46 women. South Carolina 55-45 women. Indiana 52-47 women. So if they
Trump's number in Miami-Dade is insanely through the roof. He has 457,000 votes there compared to 334,000 in 2016. And there are still a lot of votes to be reported. Biden is a little behind Clinton. Biden is a little bit behind the Clinton number for the moment. Trump is absolutely fucking blowing Miami-Dade out of the water currently, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump is blowing Miami-Dade out of the water in comparison to what he did in 2016. Biden is overall leading Florida, but that doesn't mean anything when some of the more populous parts of the fucking state are areas where it's supposed to be a significant lock. Remember, Hillary Clinton, as they mentioned earlier in the broadcast, won Miami-Dade County by 300,000 votes. And right now, Miami-Dade County has 100,000, nearly 90,000 votes in between Donald Trump Jr. and Joseph Robinette Biden. Okay? That's a huge deal, especially because the rest of Florida, especially the rural parts, are going to be significantly red. Now, once again, Pinellas County looks good. Hillsborough County looks good. These are counties that either went to, Palm Beach is another one, another area where Joe Biden is going to make, has the win. But Pinellas County favored Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton in 2016 by a tiny margin. And Hillsborough County is flipping blue as well. So there are areas where Biden is performing better than expected or along the predictions. But this is really significant. Florida, of course, is still, again, the opposite of every other. In terms of, like, the way Hispanic voters vote, Florida's numbers, you should fucking flip for the rest of the country. Now, unless Donald Trump's Goya beans rhetoric actually fucking worked and the Hispanic voters in, like, Arizona and shit totally got suckered into it because he was like, I love these beans. I love it. Goya is sponsoring me. And then on top of that, there are no mail-in ballots counted yet. Yeah, wait, first of all, I don't know if that's true or not, but secondly, doesn't matter. Florida's mail-in ballots are not going to Florida's mail-in ballots aren't going to overwhelmingly favor Joe Biden like the way you think it would for the rest of the country. More people overall voted than in the 2016 in Miami-Dade. Yeah, I know, but the turnout came strong from the Trump side, and that is actually something that you have to look at. You absolutely have to look at turnout in comparison to Donald Trump's turnout specifically in Miami-Dade. As Biden underperforms in Miami-Dade County, a reminder that senior Biden staffers of color asked for more resources and were ignored. Some Florida staffers used their own money to put on get out the vote events, even after campaign raised record money. Mail-in ballots in Florida are counted as they are received and released as the polls close. Anyway. Despite record early turnout, Black and Latino votes lag. Is it time to pack it up yet? No, there's no reason to pack it up. Even if Donald Trump wins Florida, it's not even a lock. Donald Trump has to win Florida. Like, he has to win Florida. That's not even... Like, Donald Trump has to win everywhere he won last time around. You understand, right? So chill out. Do you think you'd be this famous if Trump wasn't president? I don't know. It's a really stupid question. I don't even know why I read that out loud. Sometimes I really do entertain the dumbest people in the chat. I really gotta stop doing that, especially when there's 200,000 fucking people in here.
In the Buckeye State, the Fox News decision desk will need a lot of time probably to analyze more voting data before.
Why did I read that? Bettle, because I can't stop myself from reading literally the dumbest takes. Doesn't matter when I have 20,000 people in here. It doesn't matter if I have 200,000 people in here. I literally cannot physically stop myself from reading the absolute stupidest takes in my chat. It's just impossible for me.
And Senator Shelley Moore Capito will turn back a challenge from Democrat Paula Jean Swearengin.
North Carolina polls were set to close at 7:30.
Unfortunately, Paula Jean Swearengin lost. She is very progressive, but Gigi's in West Virginia. It was expected. It is one of those states where it is a safe haven for Republicans who love to vote against their best interests. It's like one of the greatest states for voting against your best interest is West Virginia. Great. Mitch McConnell's losing Kentucky? No, he's not. Shut up. All right, let's get back to the Neil. Take a look here. Florida is 0.3 on Trump. Georgia has also now, with estimated 4% of the votes counted, showing Donald Trump with a 1+. It's only 4% reported so far, so we shall see. Why is Vermont called with 4% of the votes? Because it's Vermont, dog. Hello? Are you new? It's Vermont.
Donald Trump carried Robeson County, all right? But if you look at here, when Barack Obama carried it, he carried it with 58 and 57% of the vote. This county is basically almost 50% African American. It is a turnout county. As you can see, when the African American vote doesn't turn out, that county goes red. When the African American vote turns out, that county goes blue. And so this is what I mean when I was talking about, we're talking about margin counties here. So in order for this to go blue tonight, you're going to need to see a block of blue down here, not just a little bit of blue in these key counties with heavy African-American vote in it.
All right, Chuck, let's go to Kelly O'Donnell right now in Columbus, Ohio, to set the scene there. Kelly?
Well, Lester, right now, a couple of minutes past the closing of polls, all those early votes are actually being tabulated. And sources that I've been speaking with say expect those to go strongly for Joe Biden. But
they deleted it.
Perhaps a skewed
Wait, someone sent me that fucking needle again.
Elected officials, senior elected officials in both parties say they expect Biden to have big margins in the cities. But the president's strength, they believe, is in the more rural areas where they argue that they've been able to identify and turn out new voters favorable to President Trump, but that vote will probably come in later tonight. So one of the key questions will be watching what may be early returns for Biden, and can the president chip away at that and overtake?
Okay.
We're a little disturbed by he's unpresidential, and maybe his manners aren't so good, but he's very good on the economy. And I think other people say, but there's more to this country than just the economy.
Right, and what you're seeing here is one thing I think the exit polls will remind us.
No,
you
they
can
don't.
have the same demographic group, but in different states come to different conclusions.
Right.
In North Carolina, they're basically where they were 4 years ago.
No, they don't. Here's why. If you care about the economy and if you say that's your top issue, you're a Trump voter. Fuck it. I'm saying it. That's it. Because in America, in the minds of Americans, is It's stock market equals economy equals everything is good, 401ks, and that means you love Donald Trump. That's 100% the truth. It's the only fucking aspect that Donald Trump is led in comparison to everything else. Climate change, Joe Biden crushes. Racial inequality, Joe Biden crushes. Florida is so fucking close, dude. This is really, really down to the fucking wire. The reason why the reason why Needle Dick is showing Trump +3 in Florida currently is because Miami-Dade was supposed to be a big gainer for the Democratic Party there, and turnout fucking increased. And guess what? It increased in favor of Donald Trump in Miami-Dade. That's a huge population there. That is not supposed to look that way. As soon as I saw it, I did not understand why it looked the way it did. With 54 to 45% of the votes, that's not great at all. You're not going to be able to make up that disparity elsewhere